Hello everyone and welcome to Rob's Rogues and the Batman universe. And today we are taking a look at Crime Squad Ski Blast Robin from the animated series. Of course, what else would we be looking at? I like how they try and put so many different descriptive names as to what this figure is. You know, it's I feel like we're reading a Tale of Two Cities. You get Crime Squad, Ski Blast, Air Raid, Ground Assault, Hyperjet, Super Arm Extension, Robin. So this came out in 1994 from the animated series. So any Batman fans out there will know there was this little film that came out in 1994 called Batman Forever. So that kind of gives you a way to kind of gauge where we are in the animated series. And the popularity, if I can use that word correctly, of the animated series, and also what was going on in and around the Batman universe at the same time. Truth be told, I still really do like Batman Forever, and somebody's probably going to yell at me for saying this, and they're going to chime down in the comments. I actually like Batman Forever more than the two Michael Keaton Batmans, and of course, over Batman and Robin. I think it was just because it was just new and different, and we finally got a Robin on screen, so that's a discussion for another time, so try not to hate on me too much there. We're taking a look at Crime Squad Ski Blast Robin here. Again, this was a way for Kenner to obviously get this guy right here to buy more action figures, and I only bought one of each of Batman and Robin from the Crime Squad. Some of the other ones, this is going to sound funny coming from me since I have bought so many of these figures, but some of them I thought were silly, and somebody can go, Rob, you've already bought some silly figures. What stopped you? Well, as always, you know, it was money, or I started looking at them and going, hey, I don't need every single one, but the little kid inside me goes, yes, you do, but I thought, okay, I've got a Batman and a Robin from the line, you know. At the end of the day, these aren't featured real prominently on my shelf. They're kind of more in the back row as I keep the main characters up front. But it was nice to at least have one or two figures from this particular line. And I did like what they were trying to do. They kind of gave you vehicles for the figure that would strap on or clip on to the figure, and that they kind of moved a little bit. The parts, kind of like the Mechwing Batman, they did stuff, so I did like it, and they went through and they retooled the figures just to give them a little bit more texture. They resculpted some stuff, gave new hands and arms, so I bought some of the two Crime Squad figures for nothing else other than it was a new body mold for the most part for Batman and Robin, even if all they did is just put other little sculpting pieces on. But I think they look really good, and it gives them just a different suit, so to speak. And you can see, you know, the ski parts right here. This figure, it does have like a belt that it would go around. I've never been able to get this belt to hook. You can see the space in here, and it's like the belt is too short. I've pulled and pulled and pulled trying to get this over across, even since the day I bought it. It's hooked in back here, as you can see, through a strap, and I really have to pull, and I end up pulling this, you know, maroon piece halfway across his body, and I always feel like I was going to strip it or break it, so I usually just had his arm down with it. He doesn't stand with this little backpack thingy on. He'll topple over. So I had him kind of propped up against Wayne Manor here, so at least he could be standing for a little bit. But when I did pose him, I kind of activated his Crime Squad feature. So I get what they were going for. The Batman and Robin could be running somewhere, and then ta-da, it's kind of Transformer-ish, so we'll go through that. He does have a little domed hood here. And they've kind of reused this part from the Turbojet Batman. It had a normal clear part up here. So let's get into the actual thing, what this does. You know, you don't push a button. It's all, you know, hand operated. They have this set up so you could have some type of a wing, I guess, that, you know, you got your skis here, but they also made it look like there's guns. So, you know, just something different that you could do with the figure. That all these pieces move. So let's get him into ski position. So I haven't done this in quite a while. So this pulls back, goes up, and bam, he's on his skis. So I thought that was cool. It's got two peg holes for him to sit on. So when I do have this Robin set up, this is how I have him generally on the on my shelf, which makes him taller so he can be up in the back row and you can easily see him. Or sometimes I'll have the, you know, canopy opened up and things like that. He comes with no cape, so there you can see the back of it. And everything just kind of folds down. I thought this was neat. Once I saw, this is kind of what sold me on this figure, that you could do things. It was just a different gimmick that I wasn't used to seeing, and you could do different things with the figure. And of course, sometimes I did put the standard Batman or Robin in here, just because I thought they looked cool. But I thought this was a neat little figure. We'll go back to tip over mode, as I always like to call it. Let's try to get this on film for you so you can kind of see it. And like I said, it doesn't do anything. I'm doing all the motion. Get the hood up, and it just kind of clips right back on. So again, I thought this was pretty neat. There's I'm kind of curious why they put this here. This, to me, if this was on the back of a picture frame, what would you do with it? You'd hang it on a wall. Excuse me. So I don't know. They thought you would hang this up somewhere. Not that, you know, Robin would be hanging upside down with that type of peg. So I don't know if it's just part of the production mold, if there was a peg in here when they cast it, but always kind of curious why that was here. To me, it looks like it's there for a reason. I don't know the reason. But again, I thought it was a cool little feature, and was one of those that I thought, okay, I will buy that, just simply because it's a different type of accessory than what we have gotten before. Some other ones look a little funny, look a little silly. I'm like, oh, I don't need a figure just for that little gimmick. But one could make believe, okay, Batman and Robin could be in the Arctic, or they could be doing some ground assault mission, and Robin is on some type of super ski skateboard type of thing. So I thought it really kind of worked. So today we've been taking a look at Crime Squad Ski Blast Robin from the Batman animated series line, from the Crime Squad line. And we will go through we won't, we have one more Crime Squad, but Kenneth would go through this Crime Squad for a few more figures yet before finally getting into the last of the animated series figures, which I do have some of those. So as always, this is Rob for Rob's Rogues and the Batman Universe signing off, saying we will see you guys next time.